So hey everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So I have taken this out of the box already just because it was so bulky and I knew it would be awkward to do on camera. But this is some books that I got over Christmas with discount sales and things like that from Goldsboro Books in London, I think it is. Yeah, I did get these when they were discounted, hence why there is quite a few in there. But yeah, I'm really excited about having these. I just thought I would do a bit of an unboxing. This does contain some Goldsboro Book of the Month books. The Goldsboro Book of the Month, though, it does give you a discounted price on the books. I'm just trying to unwrap these on camera. As you can see, there's a few of them. But yeah, Goldsboro Book of the Month does give you a discount on all books you buy. So the reason why I got these was because on top of that discount, they're also offering a 20% off discount in the new year that compiled on top of the Book of the Month discount, so you're able to get 35% off these books that you got. So I decided to treat myself for the last time since it was Christmas, but also because I got surgery and stuff coming up sometime soon. As you can tell, there's quite a decent bit of bubble wrap. The reason why I signed up to Book of the Month Club, I cancelled all my Illumicrate subs and that, but the reason why I signed up to Book of the Month Club is because I was loving the range of the books, but also there was a lot more advantages to that, and it did allow me to save more money than getting Illumicrate and that. Plus I just realised, well, I would rather get a range of different genres and styles to try rather than just similar genre or styles each time, shall we say. So basically, hang on, sorry for that telemarketer. Yeah, something to do with Amazon Prime, so it was some scammer basically. But yeah, I decided just for me it was more worthwhile for me to get Goldsboro Books and Illumicrate or what is it? Get Goldsboro Books instead of Illumicrate, or any of the other book boxes, as it just worked out better for me, saved me a bit of money and all of the rest. So yeah, basically just for me, in the end, I made a decision that I would rather keep the money that the book boxes did, because I realised I didn't really need all the items and stuff, and yeah, I would rather just get a special version of the book instead. So, and not to mention also there's a lot more advantages to this too, with discounts and stuff like that, which you don't get with the book boxes. So I'm going to set aside some here. I'm going to work out what Book of the Month and what are ones that I got using the Book of the Month and the others. So basically, Goldsboro Book of the Month is a book club where they choose a special edition signed first edition Book of the Month that basically, I guess, contains something they've selected, a novel they've selected. So it's a special edition. When you sign up, you save 15% off the Book of the Month, off any, sorry, I'm getting all confused here because I'm really tired. Basically, Goldsboro Book of the Month is a book club that you sign up for, I guess kind of similar to a book box, but you're getting a collector's first edition signed copy of their book that they choose for that month for their book club. You're also getting one free book when you sign up, and you also get 15% discount off all books on their website that is automatically applied, but it also applies to when they offer their 20% off discounts. It stacks on top of the 15% because the 15% is already automatically applied to your account, and so you can actually get quite a bit of savings by doing it this way. Not to mention the books are very interesting, and I'm discovering I actually like reading a range of different books these days. It's not all just fantasy, which I still love, but it's also, I'm enjoying just many different genres, and I love that, and that was part of why I decided to ditch the book boxes as well. Plus it saves me money, plus particularly since I've got my surgery coming up, it just overall works out for me, because I guess my enjoyment of different genres has changed with reviewing books, and I'm loving it very much. I'm seriously enjoying it, but I just found there was advantages to going with the Goldsboro Books edition instead of, shall we say, the book boxes. I still like the book boxes, but I just realised, I guess for me, I just love the upcoming range, their choices, the different books, and the advantages and stuff that came with being a Goldsboro Book Club member. I feel like I'm completely messing this up because my brain isn't functioning. But yeah, I guess just in other words, for me, it worked out better for me in the long run by looking into the Goldsboro Books Book of the Month Club member over, like, I still like Illumina Crate and Fairy Loot and all of that, but just for me, I realised I want to have a preference and a range, and with those you can't really save a lot of money because they're very expensive, whereas getting these ones, it actually works out quite a bit cheaper, particularly with the discount, and it allows you to save a bit. Like in Australian dollars, obviously it's a bit more than you'd pay with like US dollars or stuff like that, but yeah, I guess just basically I decided I would rather do this because I'm finding I'm preferring to get these from here if I can. So I don't really know if I made any sense there, but pretty much, yeah, I really loved the upcoming books they had. I loved the range, the selection. It just all worked for me, and so yeah, and just my opinion of, I think I've already said this, but basically my opinion of different style books and liking to read different genres is growing more and more the more time I read different genres and stuff like that. I don't have any particular favourite genre now, I just like switching between different genres. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I probably won't be signing up to Illumina Crate or Fairy Loot or any of those again, just because I've decided I want to put that money into savings instead, and this is kind of my treat per month. Is typically I'll just get the Goldsboro book of the month. I may get the odd other book discounted, but yeah, I've just realised that's my preference anyway. So yeah, I'm hoping that's all making sense, and I hope I explained everything there. But also, when you sign up for the Goldsboro Book of the Month too, it will take out the 3 books temporarily, but it won't actually charge you for all 3 of those books when the payment goes through. They only charge you for 1 book per month. So once that initial payment goes through, it will clear in about 9-10 days, and then it will just be charged for the first book, and then each month after that you're just charged for the single book. So yeah, it works out quite well. It is a little bit because they are special collector's editions and special editions, but I'm really enjoying getting the odd special editions. So for me, it's worth it, and I was kind of doing that with the Lumina Crate and that as well, but yeah, I just decided I could save more money by doing Goldsboro than a Lumina Crate or Fairy Loot or any of those. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to start here. So I'm going to start with, I'm not sure. I think I'll start with the Book of the Month thing, since I was just talking about that. So I've kind of got a couple of the Book of the Months here because mine weren't actually sent because I signed up so close to Christmas, so they weren't sent till after Christmas. So the first one I've got here is Black 13 by Adam Hamdy. And obviously this cover is completely black. I don't know if you can see here because it's a bit reflective from the light, but it says, "It's time to burn the espionage rule book." And we've got black sprayed edges. Inside we've got, ooh, it's bright yellow. So it says, "An exiled agent, a growing threat, a clandestine war. The world is changing beyond recognition. Radical extremists are rising and seek to enforce their ideology, I'm butchering that, globally. Governments, the military and intelligence agencies are being outmaneuvered at every step. Borders are breaking down. Those in power are puppets. The old rules are obsolete. To fight this war, a new doctrine is needed. In a world where nothing is as it seems, where trust is gone, one man will make the difference. Meet ex-MI6 agent and man in exile Scott Pearce. It's time to burn the espionage rulebook. Watch Pearce light the fire." So this is a signed special edition. Looks like I got number 696 of 750 copies. The first edition. It is a first edition of the book. So sometimes in the UK they just do 1 to 9 for the first editions. Then we got prologue. Let's just check the spine. Woo! That's a bit different. It's got neon yellow black 13. And I just realised I may have had those slightly out of frame. But yeah, that's really cool. The bright yellow with the black. Next one, and that is December's Book of the Month. So obviously if you sign up now, you'll be starting with January's Book of the Month, which is Long Bright River by Liz Moore. And this one, from what I know, I think it's an exclusive cover, or is it just an exclusive insert inside? But yeah, so you'll be starting with Long Bright River if you sign up now. And we got red sprayed edges on this one, and we got exclusive inside pages. This book is just red with black writing. And it says, "The first time I found my sister dead, she was 16. Mickey Fitzpatrick has been patrolling the 24th district for years. She knows most of the working women by name. She knows what desperation looks like and what people would do when they need a fix. She's become used to finding overdose victims. Their numbers are growing each year. But every time she sees someone sprawled out, slumped over, cold to the touch, she has to pray it's not her sister Casey. When the bodies of murdered sex workers start turning up on the Ave, the chief of police is keen to bury the news. They're not the kind of victims that generate a whole lot of press anyway. But Mickey is obsessed, dangerously so, with finding the perpetrator before Casey becomes the next victim." And it looks like this one actually comes with the ribbon bookmark too. Yeah, it does. So we got a ribbon bookmark in it as well. And my copy is number 449 of 650 and it's signed. That's cool. I'm wondering if that's some sort of imprint. It's a review book I've just recently read had that in it. So I'm curious about what that might just be to do with the publishing house, I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. And yep, first edition. Okay, I was just checking to see if there are any little special decorations on there. But yeah, awesome to have. Next one I've got is, if they'll stop sliding, this is my free book for signing up to Book of the Month Club. It says, Never Judge a Woman by Her Heels. And it looks like it's in a slipcase. Got a bit of a map. It says, it's all very well for a man to step out of his front door and tell his friend to wait while he walks the length of England. It's an entirely different kettle of fish when you are the woman at the other end. So let's see, can we get this out? Ooh, this doesn't have a dust jacket, it's just a non-dust jacket one. So this is The Love Song of Miss Queenie Hennessy by Rachel Joyce. And this is cool. They don't actually have the name on the front thing, but they've got all these old style images, like a horse with a cloth, the puzzle, the grass and the ocean, I'm guessing it is, something like that. Pencil, clown, record player, the car, little house, suitcase. This special edition of The Love Song by Miss Queenie Hennessy is limited to 500 copies, of which this is number 236 of 500. Published by Doubleday in association with Goldsboro Books, October 2014. So, can I find a description of this? Looks like it's signed and dated. First edition. I'll just read this. St. Bernardine's Hospice, Berwick-upon-Tweed, Monday 11th of April. Dear Harold, this may come to you as a surprise. I know it is a long time since we last met, but recently I have been thinking a lot about the past. Last year I had an operation on a tumour, but the cancer has spread, and there is nothing left to be done. I am at peace and comfortable, but I would like to thank you for the friendship you showed me all those years ago. Please send my regards to your wife. I still think of David with fondness. With best wishes, QH. So from what I know, this book is based around a woman who is in a hospice and she's dying, I'm guessing of cancer, and it's about a man who basically walks to meet her, and the nurses at the hospice are encouraging her to send letters to him and tell her secrets and her tales and her thoughts for all these years that she hasn't seen him. And it sounds really, really good. From what I know, it's a contemporary book, but yeah, I just, as you can see here, it says, it's all very well for a man to step out of his front door and tell his friend to wait while he walks the length of England. It's an entirely different kettle of fish when you are the woman at the other end. But yeah, so it sounds really good. I'm actually looking forward to reading that one, and it's an interesting premise, and I'm pretty certain I'll probably be in tears reading it and stuff, but always nice to have. At least that's from what I know, based around what I read about the description of the book on Goldsboro Books, which I can't actually get up at the minute, but yeah. So next one that I got, these are the ones that I actually got using the 20% off voucher plus the 15% Goldsboro Book of the Month voucher. So we've got The Feed by Nick Clark Window. What will you become when the feed goes down? So this says, Tom and Katie's daughter turns 6 tomorrow and they have to tell her about sleep. If you sleep unwatched, you could be taken. If you are taken, then watching won't save you. Nothing saves you. A gripping post-apocalyptic thriller for fans of The Girl with All the Gifts and the Passage that asks, what would you sacrifice to save the world? So I haven't read any of those, but I like the sound of this one. So we're just gonna look, it's just black with gold writing. And so this says, your knowledge, your memories, your dreams. If all you are is on the feed, what will you become when the feed goes down? For Tom and Katie, in the 6 years since the world collapsed, every day has been a fight for survival. And when their daughter I'm not sure, let me know if you know what that, I'm not sure, I'm butchering it, goes missing, they will question whether they can even trust each other anymore. The threat is closer than they realise. And this isn't a sprayed edge edition, but it is signed by the author, and it's number 70 of one of 100 copies of the first edition. So there's only 100 copies in total, and it's in association with Goldsboro Books, January 2018. First edition. I just want to see if there's any. Yep, that's it. It's still awesome to have, and it sounds so good because I'm really enjoying thriller, post-apocalyptic, contemporary, all sorts of things these days. I seem to go through different moods and switching between books as well. So the next one I got is actually Tony Adeyemi's Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I do have the first book of this just in the normal non-signed edition. I did notice, where was it? It was another bookstore in London, but they had like 300 copies of this special sprayed edge edition. I don't know if all of them are written with this orange, but this is the Goldsboro Books edition. They killed my mother, they took our magic, they tried to bury us, now we fight. Children of Blood and Bone. So this is book 2. My first book is just, I can't get it right now, but it's basically just a non-special edition, just one that was bought from the store. But I can't think of the name of the store. It basically had 300 copies in the orange pages. I know Waterstones had blue pages, so I wasn't sure if this was going to be blue pages like Waterstones, but it's orange like the other store I saw that had only 300 copies in the orange with the orange pages. So I was so excited to see that it was orange, not blue like I was expecting, because I really, really loved the orange pages. So this says, after battling the impossible, Zelly and Amari have finally succeeded in bringing magic back to the land of Orisha. But the ritual was more powerful than they could have imagined, reigniting the powers of not only the Magi, but of nobles with magic ancestry too. Now Zelly struggles to unite the Magi in an Orisha, where the enemy is just as powerful as they are. But with civil war looming on the horizon, Zelly finds herself at a breaking point. She must discover a way to bring the kingdom together or watch as Orisha tears itself apart. Children of Virtue and Vengeance is the pulse-pounding sequel to Tony Adeyemi's #1 New York Times best-selling debut, Children of Blood and Bone, the first title in her Legacy of Orisha trilogy. So I do have that. I haven't read it yet, but I intend to read it. Looks like we got our little clans in here. It's got coppery orange on the spine. But yeah, obviously I look forward to reading it at times. Obviously I only got one edition. The only reason I got this edition was because I happened to just spot it on Goldsboro Books. From what I know, this has since sold out. and it's a limited signed edition. It isn't numbered or anything, but it is a signed first edition. So we got our map, and then chapter 1. And then the last book I got was Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. You've probably noticed I've already got other editions of this. I got the Illuminate edition, the normal edition, and blah 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 blah. But yeah, I'll just zoom in a bit closer. I hope you've been able to see all those properly so far. And this is the Goldsboro edition. I'm hoping I'll be able to continue it. I've kind of got a bit of a plan in place depending on what happens with my upcoming surgery when Aurora Burning releases. I really, really love this book. Hence why I got the Goldsboro edition of Illuminate Files. From what I also know from what Goldsboro told me, they are going to give priority to people who got this one to get the second book, so fingers crossed. And this is a gripping interstellar epic from the multi-award-winning best-selling authors of the Illuminate Files. And this is, from what I know, this edition with the purple sprayed edges is signed by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. However, the trade edition is only signed by Jay Kristoff, from what I know. And this says, the year is 2380 and the graduating cadets of the Aurora Academy are being assigned their first missions. Star pupil Tyler Jones is ready to recruit the squad of his dreams, but his own boneheaded heroism sees him stuck with the dregs nobody else in the academy would touch. A cocky diplomat with a black belt in sarcasm. A sociopath scientist with a fondness for shooting her bunkmates. A smart-ass tech whiz with the galaxy's biggest chip on his shoulder. An alien warrior with anger management issues. A tomboy pilot who's totally not into her squad leader, in case you were wondering. Entire squad isn't even his biggest problem. That'd be Aurora G. Lynn O'Malley, the girl he's just rescued from interdimensional space. Trapped in cryosleep for 2 centuries, Ori is a girl out of time and out of her depth. But she could be the catalyst that starts a war millions of years in the making. And Tyler's squad of losers, disciplined cases, and misfits might just be the last hope for the entire galaxy. Nobody panic. And yeah, this is signed by both Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And cool, I got number 16 of 500 copies. That is cool. Number 16. Lucky 16. But yeah, so awesome to have. I really loved this book when I first read it. I'm fully intending on doing a reread when the second book comes as well. When that is. Well, obviously it'll be when it is. But yeah, so it's a first edition publishing as well. And yeah, this is, I'm so happy to have this. I've been wanting this edition for so long, and I got the last edition available. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this book unboxing anyway of Goldsboro Books. I'm really, really happy to have all these and so grateful and appreciative. Obviously, I'm going to be cutting down for a while now just due to surgery upcoming and all of that, so I'm going to be cutting back, but I'll still share what I do get. Yeah, and I really hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. I always love hearing from you, and I will see you later. Bye!